ISL Prime League.
Jaedong parting. You've got to get through a couple of them to get through to round 16. I think he only finished third in his group there as well. But he is a very competent mech player. And with that being the dominant force in Legacy of the Void, dominant tactic from Terran, I'm really excited to see how he does in this tournament.
Definitely in Legacy of the Void at the moment, Terran is having some issues doing the bio, but mech is a very common build we're seeing out of most Terrans in TvZ and sometimes in TvP, but generally they still kind of loathe that matchup for mech. But recently, I've been seeing a lot of cool Reaper Marine plays into the mid-game as Terran because of those Reaper grenades. So far, though, neither play has really shown their hand in what exactly their tech choice is.
No, still a little bit of a slower start here, but Lillekanin has shown at least a relatively fast factory. A couple Marines out for early defense and his expansion down. So that's one of the other benefits of Legacy of the Void, of course. Your strategic choices get underway a little bit faster, starting off with those 12 workers rather than just droning up to 12. You go straight there, and most builds opened up with droning up to about 15 anyway. So pretty fast third base coming out of Bioice as well. He hasn't got any scouting information just yet, only running into a couple of Marines mid-map. But it's a little bit difficult for me to tell because I haven't played much Legacy of the Void myself, so I don't know how much just a couple Marines mid-map actually means to Bioice. Both these players have been playing a fair amount of Legacy, so I don't know whether Bioice sees a couple Marines mid-map and goes, well, this can be a CC into Rax build, or whether this was like Rax with Reactor. Or what? Scans tell Lillekanin himself.
Yep, you do have a lot of scans as Terran you can throw out with those orbital commands. Finally, the two Lings will get a scout, but like you're saying, I've played a lot of Zerg in Legacy of the Void, and honestly, versus Terran, I haven't seen those early Marines. I've seen maybe one Marine, but not the two. It is a 4-player map, though, so definitely there's less chance of tons of Lings heading towards your way, but I don't think that it's that indicative of anything. I think it's more just, okay, you sent out your early Marines. At least I know it was more early Marines, not a really quick Hellion. But still, I think it's pretty just a general... You have some extra Marines, you have some extra minerals laying around. As Terran, why not get a scout?
Yeah, I guess that helps out a little bit. And these Hellions have been the standard opener in TvZ since basically before the dawn of time. And even in Brood War, like the
Heart of the Swarm?
No, way before that even. But like even in Brood War, like the Hellion equivalent, I guess, the Vulture, the kind of fast light unit that.
I liked Vultures better. I'll just say that. When I've played Brood War, I like Vultures better.
But yeah, I mean, I think that'll continue very much into. A couple of Zerglings don't quite get into both, but yeah, I think that'll definitely continue into Legacy of the Void. If there's anything we can be certain of, it's Hellions in the TvZ. But fast Liberators here coming out of Lillekanin are going to try and shut down the Overlord Scout from Bioice, and it doesn't see too much information, but seeing that single Liberator is a little bit of a tell. He also saw the Starport floating up there, so it tells him it's probably only going to be 1 or 2 Liberators, and this is most likely going to be parked off the back of either the main or natural mineral line, and just used to do a bit of harass using its deploy ability. Or will it actually? Do you still need to research that, or did they take away that requirement?
You do not need to research it at the moment. You can put it in Defender mode or Liberation Freedom mode without any upgrades. For now, though, looks like the Hellions are going to be trying to get some kills or pull the Lings, pull the Queens out of position. Still, though, Bioice is keeping his Lings and Banelings between the main and the natural. Obviously, they can't hit that Liberator, but maybe they can do something. And there's the Liberator locking down, providing freedom for these drones.
They didn't know they needed it. But,
they did not know.
He's going to provide it anyway. Those drones. They were just mining for resources, and then the Liberator turned up and dropped some freedom. But yeah, these Hellions are going to take that opportunity. Yeah, Hellions are going to take the opportunity to attempt to run by into the third base, but Queen's pushing away, and this Liberator is going to be really annoying. It's super tough to deal with. Kind of reduces it down to like 3 mineral patches to mine off.
Yeah, Bioice is at a little bit of a strange situation, or in a little bit of a strange situation. He's between the time where he can actually kill the Liberator, but still, his army... Oh, actually, the Hellions will get to that third. Oh, they get kills. Like I was saying, though, still, the army of Bioice can run by the Liberator and takes minimal damage because of how many Lings it is, but they can't quite kill the Liberator. So for now, they're just going to go by it, not even worrying about it, but... At Lillekanen's main and natural base, there's not another Liberator made. So for now, Bioice doesn't need to worry about it. And I think actually Lillekanen's going to be in a scary position here. There's a lot of Banelings.
Yeah, this is a little worrying. He doesn't have almost any units at home at all. There's just a couple of Hellions. And that's it, really. And all these Banelings rolling up. They go straight through the bunker. The Marines inside that are going to throw a little deterrent to all these Lings rushing in. A couple Lings split off into the natural, do some stuff. And yeah, Bioice is just going to try and bust straight up through these Hellbats. They're not going to provide much for a deterrent at all. And straight into the main mineral line. What does Lillekanin do to stop this?
Yeah, there was 11 Banelings, and they all got through after the bunker went down, and huge Baneling hits into those SCVs. Lillekanin doesn't look like he has much to do. Two Hellbats are desperately trying to get out. There's already one Hellbat there for Lillekanin, but he's lost everything. He's got a planetary at the third, which should defend him for a little while, but man, if there was a single Baneling, even with that Ling Force right there, those SCVs would go down. As you guys can see, 40 workers have gone down. 27, though, went down for Bioice to that Liberator and two other assorted Hellion harassment. So for now, Lillekanin is going to be doing damage control, but this is Legacy of the Void. No mules.
Yeah, that is absolutely critical as well. Normally, this would be a really bad situation for Terran, but it was one they could come back from. 3 orbitals, very much possible to just drop the Mule Hammer, start mining out a little faster, and get that mineral income, get back on track. But Legacy of the Void, you can't do that. The Mutalists are out now, and they're clearing up these Liberators. The harass for Lillekanin is basically over. Bioice is in a fantastic position. 4th base up. He's on 51 workers, which isn't great, but he can resaturate that very, very quickly. Currently sitting at 7 lava, and with those lava auto-injecting and popping all the time, he's going to have plenty of them. Whereas, of course, Lillekanin, 32 workers is going to make his income graph look very poorly.
Yeah, he does have those 5 factories there, but no production at the moment, at least not that much. And now, these Mutas are going to be looking for some more SCV kills. Only 1 missile turret at that 3rd base, but they're just going to completely go by that. And looks like they may go for the Hellbats here. The Liberator does kill the Mutalists quite easily, but still, they will flee. Or actually, I think they could engage that. For now, though, they won't worry about it.
Yeah, they can definitely handle that one Liberator. When the 2 more pop out, it's going to be a bit more difficult. But Liberator and the missile turret, even not. He's driving off this orbital command as well at natural. Completely routed as natural. A couple of scans go down, because why the hell not? And that one Liberator getting a little too far forwards. Is going to be threatened by these Mutalists and gets picked off. 2 more pop, but it might just be too late. There we go, GG. Bioice picked up game number 1.
Welcome back, guys, to ASL Legacy of the Void Prime League. Here we are on map 2 of this best of 3 series. This map, as you can see, is Bridgehead. On the right-hand side of Bridgehead, playing for Team Redbloods, or just Redbloods, it is the Blue Terran player Lillekanin. Currently down 1 game.
And that'll make this player up 1 game, of course, in the top left-hand corner. It's going for an early hatch. It is our pink Zerg player representing Team Ascension. We have the Canadian hero, Bioice.
And as you were mentioning in Game 1, Bioice, not quite known as well as, you may say, Lillekanin, but Bioice actually at WCS Toronto, and he's been avid in the Archon scene, trying to qualify for those Red Bulls, and just playing a lot of Archon mode recently.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely someone to keep an eye out on. He's really trying to step up his performance in these events. I talked to a couple of people in the Canadian scene, and they say he's always been someone who turns up to Canadian tournaments and is a strong contender at the very least. But as of late, I've been seeing him more and more in qualifiers for other tournaments, and as you say, particularly in those Red Bull Archon tournaments. So with Legacy of the Void, perhaps we'll have one of our new foreign hopes coming out of Canada again as they as they all want to do. But yeah, for now, we get to watch his development. A little Zerg prodigy, but similar builds it looks like coming out of both players to start off with, at least.
Yeah, similar builds, at least from game one. Not too much deviation, at least so far. We see the first two lings from Bioice just going across the map. Hopefully, we'll get a scout. Sadly, they will be almost completely denied. I'm liking this out of Lillekanin, doing what he did on game one, but not sending out those first two Marines. He still should be able to deny those lings, but he will be able to get down a little bit quicker of a third CC here, which I incredibly like. Just bolstering your economy instead of going for a couple extra Marines here, or the Hellion.
I'm actually not sure what I think about this fast third CC. Normally in Heart of the Swarm, fast third CC always means economy. It doesn't mean you're going to take your third base too quickly, but it just means you keep it in base, mules and mules and mules and mules.
Yeah.
It means you're on a very, very strong two-base economy. In Legs to the Void, of course, there's really no benefit to building your third CC until you're literally just about to take your third base. So Lillekanin is going to have to spread himself a little thin once again here. And given that his build appears to be leaning towards those Liberators again, leaning towards that same harass-based style, it leaves him a little open to the same sort of bust as before. Although Bridgehead is naturally a slightly stronger map for defending it, it's still not great. There's still two lots of pretty weak structural rocks and a depot in that wall. A buffed-up depot.
Yeah, I agree with you. It is a little bit strange, but I still like it only because, okay, super quick SCV production if you do go down some units. For now, though, Lillekanin, he knows about the third base, quick third base of Bioice, but Bioice is emulating game one's play. Actually, he will lose one Hellion here. Another Hellion will reinforce the second one, but two Hellions will not do quite as good as that three Hellion DPS where you really start to one-shot a lot of lings. For now, though, Lillekanin just making these lings run around, buy himself a little extra time.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. They're not going to do too much. Oh, yeah, actually, wow, perfect time for Bioice. Backs up just as the third and fourth thing comes to reinforce. But it's another Liberator opening here for Bioice. For Lillekanin. However, Bioice is the one actually changing it up a little. And it was a fast Muta build with the Spire just over halfway done now. And although Liberators do really kind of counter Mutas, I think a fast Muta opening actually matched up really, really well with the style that most Terran players have been using their first couple of Liberators in. Obviously, this one's doing the kind of Pulp Viking approach of just hunting down some Overlords. But a lot of them, as we saw in the last game, run across the map, park themselves behind a mineral line and just start popping away at drones. And this allows them to get the drop on them. It means that they're kind of singled out and their splash damage isn't as effective. Although, given the scan here, seeing that Spire, we may well see Lillekanin elect not to use his Liberators in that way and instead use them to chase down and damage them just a little more.
Yeah, Lillekanin actually gets just the second Liberator and is going to be moving it in with this force. It really complements the rest of the army pretty well in just a plethora of situations. Not even against a Muta, it's still handy to have some of that AoE area shut down. Just to say, okay, maybe I got to defend my natural base, third base, I can't leave units there. We'll just throw the Liberators right there for now. But in this case, the Liberators are what he needs to get rid of the Mutas, but Mutas, they cannot engage into 3 missile turrets. Surplus of minerals does allow you as Terran to do kind of a remarkable amount of defense, whether it be Marine bunker, missile turret in the early game.
Yeah, these Mutas have to avoid being trapped in here a little bit. There's the Liberators. They're going to chase them down a little bit. Maybe he could have got a shot off there, but it doesn't matter too much. Those Mutas have been definitely scared off by the sight of 2 Liberators, with a third and fourth coming on to join the flock pretty soon, but definitely not an undercommitment to defense here by Lillekanin. 2 turrets in each mineral line and 1 or 2 others dotted about the place. Does sort of belay a mech style, let alone, the 3 factories going down. But let's see how it plays out.
Yep, pretty indicative of that mech style. At the moment, Bioice out on the map only has 7 Mutas. He's not really planning to continue this. Actually getting roach speed and, won't continue to do it after this 3 Liberators completely slaughtering the rest of these mutas, I think, at least. Yeah, looks like they will, and it's going to be a Roach transition, actually a massive Roach transition, especially when Bioice is on those 3 bases. Now, in this situation, the Liberators will help, but speed Roaches with +1/1 could easily just run straight through this this 3rd base.
Yeah, they're very much good. It is, of course, a planetary, so that provides some inherent defense there. But, of course, as Lillekanin seems to remember as he starts the wall, this is Bridgehead. Hasn't changed all too much from its earlier incarnations in Heart of the Swarm. And, yep, there's those 2 back rocks. Bioice is going to start getting to welcome pretty soon. Scan's going to see these Roaches moving on up. And, yep, a couple of Liberators will defend this nicely.
Yep, they will shut down right outside of those rocks, and the Roach Ling composition can't really do anything into the 3rd base or that natural base, who's also a Liberator at the 3rd. But let's see what these Lings can do, because they can easily just run straight by it.
They can try. The Roach is going to have a little more trouble, and both of those Liberators firing really shuts down Roaches. Lings can run through, certainly, very quick, very low health, and a lot of overkill on the Liberators, but Roaches have a little of a tougher time, and on a map like Bridgehead with these couple of choke points, Liberators are very, very strong. I really, really like how Lillekanin's opening is matched up against what Bioice did this game.
Yeah, definitely. I think Lillekanin could maybe even be a little more aggressive with these Liberators since there's no anti-air at the moment. For now, though, Bioice will be trying to pressure into that natural base. Still, he will not be able to make it happen. Hellions there will push it off, and the Siege Tank just behind that actually has a little bit more range than the Liberators, I think. In that position, at least.
No, yeah. I don't think quite...
Or in the position it's in right now.
Maybe.
It does in the corners, just kind of the. Well, it's got a full. Yeah. It's got a larger circle in general. It can plug up the holes.
Yeah. Well, it certainly adds a lot of effectiveness against speedlings, where the Liberators tend to be a little more inefficient. But either way, this is a very, very strong defense here by Lillekanin. Although he is going to have to think about moving out to a 4th base very, very shortly. Already, his main is starting to mine out. Even some of the higher starting quantity mineral patches are beginning to run dry a little bit, and it's natural to see there's under 500 and even just about under 200 in a couple of the lower mineral patches. So that 4th base is, it's just finishing up the command center at least, but defending it, it's going to stretch his resources a little thinner, and that's where Bioice can maybe start to bring some Muclis back into the fold. These Vipers being added on are going to make things really, really fun. With just 3 units defending this back rocks choke, that's 3 abducts. 2 Vipers are going to completely shut down this defense. Although there are rather a lot of supply depots here. That is a solution and a problem all of its own. If the Roaches break through here, Lillekanin's going to be severely supply capped.
Yeah, definitely. That is a little bit of a scary place for Lillekanin to defend at. Even himself, it's harder to defend over those supply depots. But we'll have to see how that really works out. Bioice is moving out. Finally, he does have a Hydra Roach composition that can deal with the Liberators. As you saw, he got rid of 2. But not before those 2 Liberators themselves got easy 11 kills. And now Lillekanin is trying to pull the army back if he can, getting more kills, setting these Hellions wherever he can. And that actually will pull literally the entire army back.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty good. But for now, it's just Bioice pushing in towards this 4th base. I said it's gonna be hard to hold, and this comes the real test. Liberator sieged up as well as a couple of tanks. These Vipers are coming in, looking to unsiege all those units. Liberator gets taken down, and the Hydralisk are pumping out all their damage. A very nice blinding cloud as well, right on top of that planet fortress, stops it from adding its damage to the fight, gets 1 shot off. And a couple more blinding clouds are going to shut down these tanks as well. And Bioice, a very successful attack, has completely wrapped him. Ducks picking off every single unit he can. Oh my god, this is so many Vipers out of Bioice.
Yep, Bioice, maybe not even I don't even want to say overcommitted to the Vipers. Like you're saying, so many Vipers at the moment, whether it be Blinding Cloud or the Abduct. With the mech army, there's just so few units. They can abduct whatever they need to. Blinding Cloud onto one of the last siege tanks, and Bioice is just slaughtering Lillekanin here. He's hoping this planetary can kill something, but back into Lillekanin's base, really, he's trying to produce Hellbats, but That's not going to do anything.
Very nice.
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.